Welcome to the Year of Handicrafts. In today's episode, we're stepping into the world of painting and engravings. Not as something merely decorative, but as something deeply meaningful. In our culture, ornamentation is more than beauty on the surface. It is a language without words. From walls alive with vibrant triangles to hand-carved wooden doors etched with ancestral symbols, painting and decoration have always been a mirror of who we are, what we cherish, and where we come from. Today, we'll explore iconic art forms that express this idea, like al-Qitt al-Asiri, a traditional painting style found in the homes of the Asir region. Al-Ula Old Town patterns, which tell ancient stories through murals and engravings, and the decorative carvings and paintings of traditional Saudi doors, which announce identity even before you cross the threshold. Let's step into these painted worlds together. In many cultures, decorating is seen as extra, as something optional. But in traditional Saudi homes, painting and embellishment were integral. They weren't just about making a space look nice. They were about identity, expression, and connection. Al-Qitt al-Asiri, for example, isn't random wall art. It's a practiced geometric system of painting that women in the Asir region have passed down for generations. And it is done mostly in rooms for guests, and the paintings become part of the memory of the space. Decorating these walls is a communal act. Women of all ages come together, mother, daughter, cousin, neighbor, to paint, to bond, to laugh. Through this process, the tradition lives on. The colors, often red, yellow, green, and black, they stand out boldly against white gypsum background. The shapes, triangles, diamonds, zigzags, move in rhythm, almost like visual poetry. It's beauty with purpose, and it's painted with care. Now let's step outside to the wooden doors of Saudi homes. Just like al-Qitt al-Asiri, these surfaces are treated not just as functional, but as symbolic. A door is the first thing a guest sees. In older villages, it was the family's silent introduction. That's why you'd see doors carved with geometric patterns, floral abstractions, and sometimes even painted in earthy tones that harmonize with the local landscape. These decorations follow a rhythm, repeated lines, styled palm fronds, roses, and flowing curves. Some are purely geometric, while others imitate nature. Grape clusters, tree branches, or waves. The goal wasn't hyperrealism, it was abstraction and simplification, letting the imagination complete the picture. Folk artists used tools and pigments available from the environment, meaning everyday design was grounded in the land itself. And the result? A uniquely Saudi approach to painting and decoration that told you everything you needed to know about the home and the people that are in the home before you even knocked on the door. What's powerful about both al-Qitt al-Asiri and traditional door art is that they create dialogue between generations, between neighbors, and even between the past and the present. Decorating a home wasn't just about aesthetics. It was a language, a way to say that we care. We remember and we welcome you. In many households, especially in an Asir region, women painted rooms not just for beauty, but for hospitality. A well-decorated space said, "You are honored here." Similarly, the decorated door became a public-facing artwork. It told the community something about the homeowner, their creativity, their pride, their status. These visual statements were passed from parent to child, from teacher to apprentice, not in writing, but through doing. Every brushstroke, every carved line carried cultural weight. To decorate in this sense was to belong. Decoration in Saudi handicrafts rarely exists in isolation. It's often inspired by the natural environment. And painting in particular becomes a bridge between the built and the organic. In al-Qitt al-Asiri, many of the pigments were originally sourced from the soil, stones, and plants of the region. The color palette feels earthy, yet bold, a direction, it is a direct reflection of the mountainous terrain and dramatic climate. Door decorations follow the same logic. Carvers took cues from palm trees, rose branches, and desert winds. Some patterns echo the mountain ridges. Others look like sunbursts or water ripples. Decoration here isn't separate from daily life. It's a mirror of it. The artist's role was not just to beautify, but to interpret and celebrate what was already around them. Nature wasn't just a resource, it was a muse. In the heart of the old town of Al-Ula, one can find numerous murals and engravings that tell ancient stories from the past. These engravings are valuable testimonies that reflect the lives and lifestyles of ancestors, created using traditional techniques and materials that reveal much about life at that time. For instance, decorating walls with designs and decorations was a common practice during wedding celebrations, where families adorned the new couple's homes using simple tools and dyes, creating geometric patterns inspired by the rich agricultural heritage of Al-Ula. And each engraving and design tells stories and traditions that make the old town of Al-Ula a place brimming with life and history, which today stand as a mark of distinction, placing the old town of Al-Ula among the best tourism villages in the world. And this collection of patterns takes us on a journey through time, seamlessly blending rich heritage with modern elegance in the designs and adding a timeless touch of history. As modernization swept across Saudi Arabia, some decorative traditions faded, but many remained thanks to documentation and revival efforts. Entire rooms once hidden inside private homes are now being preserved. They're being photographed and reinterpreted in modern contexts, from galleries to cafes to fashion design. Al-Qitt Al-Asiri in particular has found new life as both heritage and inspiration. You'll find textiles, digital art, and even architecture. What was once confined to the walls of a guest room is now celebrated globally. In 2017, this vibrant art form was added to the UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage List, a recognition that brought international attention to what many in Asir had long known. This was more than decoration. It was a voice. It was a legacy, a way of being. When you see a wall covered in painted patterns or a wooden door adorned with carved shapes, don't just think decoration. Think story. Think invitation. Think identity. In the Saudi tradition, to decorate is to remember, to connect, and to create meaning through color and carving, paint and pattern. Homes become living expressions of who we are. Across generations, Saudi women, especially in the Asir region, have played a crucial role in preserving and innovating traditional decorative arts. Al-Qitt Al-Asiri is a powerful example of this. It's a practice that wasn't taught in classrooms, but learned by observation, by imitation, and participation. Girls watched their mothers and grandmothers paint, and over time, added their own flair. This generational transfer created a strong sense of identity and pride. Women weren't just artists. They were visual historians. They were memory keepers and cultural storytellers. Their work extended beyond aesthetics. Painting the Majlis was a mark of hospitality and respect. It was also one of the few forms of self-expression in a time when written records and visual media was scarce. And these designs became a coded language of belonging and creativity. And even today, as many younger generations take on new careers, many women return to these roots, either professionally or privately, to connect with something deeper, their ancestry, their land. While many aspects of traditional decoration remain intact, a new wave of Saudi artists is reimagining this visual heritage in modern formats. Contemporary designers are integrating the style of Al-Qitt Al-Asiri's geometry into fashion prints, branding, interior design, and even street art. This isn't just about preservation. It's about evolution. By incorporating traditional motifs into modern forms, artists are keeping these designs relevant and resonant for new audiences. In cities like Riyadh, Jeddah, and Abha, exhibitions and cultural festivals now celebrate folk art with pride. Young creatives are using digital tools to recreate Al-Qitt Al-Asiri in 3D, on phone cases as well, in graphic novels and in architectural design. By doing so, they make a statement. Heritage isn't something frozen in the past. It grows with us. When traditional decoration meets modern platforms, it bridges memory and innovation. And it keeps the art form alive, not just as nostalgia, but as, cultural fuel for the future. Saudi culture is shared. It's symbolic, and it's a reflection of a worldview where functionality and spirituality are both elevated by the human touch. Thank you all for joining us on the Year of Handicrafts, and we'll be back with more stories.
The sound of Arabia.